Ahem. Okay, YouTube, what is up? It is Mark Nice here. I'm back. I'm ready to go over Viktor gameplay. Viktor is kind of a solo queue stomper in my opinion. Kind of a freeload machine. It's a pretty good champ. Pretty good champ. So let's see what you do here. Obviously, we can clean up our farm, but I'm going to assume that you already know that. Getting some good poke on the cannon. What are we trying to do with Viktor, by the way, in this matchup? Well, we are trying to get our items. That's like the biggest thing that we want with Viktor is we need to upgrade our Hex Tech Core. Whatever the fuck it is. So that we can wave clear really, really effectively. We want to wave clear really effectively, and then we want to get Rylai's. Once we've upgraded our item, and we've got Rylai's, we're rocking. We're rolling fucking deep. And we're on another level. I kind of dig that you're pushing, because I'm going to be, well, we're taking a lot of poke, which I don't like, and I don't know how that's happening here. Oh, okay, well that's, for one, you're stepping over. There's no point to step there. Okay, you're already pushing the lane. And you should at least make it so that Kennen has to hit a skill shot in order to do that to you. You never really want to just face tank his damage. Kennen's OP right now, so I'll grant you that. But even still, like, we don't want to just face tank damage. OP or not. Proto Belt Kennen is just dog shit crazy right now. That's a good trade. And we get his flash. It was kind of weird that you didn't put your gate down or your sphere down first. But overall, you know, you get his flash, whatever. Yeah, Tyrion, I'm gonna get you later on. Just because I have people that queued up today. And I didn't see you on yet, so. We gotta come up with some sort of queue system here for this shit. Okay, Fizz is coming down. We're pretty low, but so is Kennen. We also have exhaust, so I feel decent about this situation. What I would really like is to get this wave in and get the fuck out of the way if possible. I guess there's no rush. I guess you could just sit here and last hit for now, but yeah, Kennen's eventually gonna press up on you, and it's only a matter of time before you get poked out. So I'd be a little scared. Yeah, we need to stop taking these trades because as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to facing energy-based champs, it's only a matter of time before they poke you out of lane. But it seems like you're winning just slightly anyways, but it's getting kind of scary. He has Ignite, dude. I guess he doesn't have Flash, so you have that going for you. So you can always flash out. Cool, Kha'Zix puts pressure on. You clear the wave. I don't mind this. I don't know why you're tanking all that minion damage. Just back away. Back away and let that shit hit the turret. You're not putting enough value on the damage that the minions are doing here. You're just tanking damage that you don't need to take. Walk backwards. Watch any fucking pro mid. They're not going to tank that much damage off minions for no reason. It'd be one thing if you were trying to freeze the lane, but it was already in place. If you know this guy's MIA, you should be pinging it, but maybe you don't know, so whatever. Sometimes you don't catch it right away. If I were you, I would not be feeling too thrilled. Alright, well, you're missing farm. You'll get better at it. I would not be too thrilled about freezing. I'd be more thrilled about get in there and push. You keep, like, walking away all fucking derpy-like. Just get this out. Yikes. Struggle. The farm struggle, dude. What, are you gonna follow now? No, dude. You're not gonna follow. You're gonna go hit the turret, is what you're gonna do. Following is so bad here. Just look at your mana. Like, think about this roam for a second. Just look at your mana. It's so low. Why? Why follow? Fuck that. What are the chances? What are the chances that we get... Okay, you're gonna flash and get this kill after I say that. Oh, no, you're not. You're not even gonna do that. Well, I get to say my original statement. What are the chances that you get a triple here? Let's think about this. What are the chances that you actually get a triple here? You have enough mana for what? You have Chaos Storm and Death Ray, and that's it. So, unless you plan on hitting a 3-man Storm plus a fucking beam, you're not getting a triple here. You're just not. It's not going to happen. And you should have just been there, pushing this in and hitting the turret. I don't care if your team pings you. I don't care if they rage at you. I don't care if they call you boosted. I don't care if Twitch chat thinks that fucking KDA is everything. I don't care about any of that shit. You need to think before you roam. Low elo players, low elo mids, for the love of God. You have 2 spell rotations. All right, here we go. Watch, here it is. Wow, this was useful. Wow. It's almost like I knew that you weren't going to get anything done way back here, right? And I knew it was a bad roam. Now look at you. Look at you with your dick, with your rod in your hand, your dick in your hand. It's limp and you're sad and you're going home when you could have gotten all this XP and taxed this mid wave. Just shake, waiting back to the base. And for what, dude? For nothing. There's absolutely 0 point in roaming. You remember the identifier. I have no mana. There's nothing that I can do here when I get over there. What can I really do if I get over there? What do I get? I might get a kill? Fuck mites, dude. Consistency. Consistent farm. Consistent, not only the farm that you get from the minions that you're struggling to hit, but it happens, but the farm that you're causing this guy to miss. That is reliable. That is a reliable gold differential you put out. Okay? That's a distance that you create reliably. 100%, no question. I get this much gold. I get this much damage to the turret, which is that you can exchange that for gold when you think about the turret, the first blood for the tower, and the gold that you subtract from this guy's potential gain, or the XP, which is also gold when you really like math it out. Now, I'm not a math wizard, but somehow that's going to do a lot better, and the XP that you get is going to do a lot better than roaming over here. Even if you get 1 kill. Now, if you want to move, it better damn sure be like a double kill. And there's a chance that you die too. That's the other thing. It's all risk management. So here you try to help with Leona. I don't mind this as much. But even still, I mean, I'm normally about just staying in my lane as Viktor. Rules of Viktor, by the way, and then I'll break this down for you. Viktor just sits in mid like a bitch. And it tilts his teammates off the face of the earth. But you know what? You'll be thanking him later when he completely clears a wave in 1 rotation and wins an entire team fight by himself. That's what Viktor does. That's what I'm scared of if I face good Viktors. Okay? That's what I don't want to see. I want to see dumbass Viktor running around the map like a chicken with his head cut off, not getting his farm. Here you go again. Off to the Rome races. At least this one looked a little bit better. And at least you shoved off mid first. This is an acceptable Rome to me. I didn't see this guy's health, but this is acceptable because you pushed mid first, okay? You can alternatively, if you don't want to go all the way up there, you can also just take farm, whatever. But this is more acceptable because you put a wave on the turret first before you followed, or before you roamed. So you get the kill, and then you back. That's great. Cannon didn't shove. This works for me. Whatever. Cool. That's what we're looking for. Your beams need a little work there, but it's alright. Okay, we played this a little silly. Watch how you play it. You don't have your ult, okay? But the way you play it makes it seem like you do. You go 1, 2, zap. But we got way too close. If we don't have, remember mids, if we don't have our ults, also, you know, you just used your fucking field too, whatever it's called, gravity field, right? You just use your field too. So like, think of it as checking off like blocks of aggression, okay? Like, well, now I can't field to protect myself, because with the field you can normally just drop it on yourself when someone does anything aggressive and then you're safe. But because you use it, it's just like if you use your E as Ezreal, you got to stand further back. You have to. So here, you play up, and you don't have anything. You don't have your ult to trade damage if the guy goes in. You don't have your field to maybe CC if the guy goes in. So as a result, he goes in, finally, right? And then Fizz shows up at the same time for the counter, but Kha'Zix gets stunned in the turret, and now Fizz is probably going to get a double kill. Well, he's too dumb to get that double kill. So yeah, dude, that's on you. When you don't have big cooldowns, space back. Space back. It's okay. You're gonna get a chance to go crazy. Just wait a second. Take your positioning very, very seriously early game as Viktor, okay? This is not your time. Your time is like in, you know, 15 to 18 minutes when you start getting items. It takes you a while to come online, but you know, when you get there, the rules change a little bit. I also like the exhaust summoner versus their comp. I think it's good. You're pushing and roaming. I like the pushes first. I don't mind roams if you're pushing, to be clear. This is a little crazy. A little ambitious. Because you tank the majority of the damage. And you don't get out right away. So you had a wave to walk out, but you're lingering. I don't know why you're lingering. Here. So you go like this. You come down river, which I agree with. That's okay. I don't mind this. Right? You come around the backside. First things first, you don't have flash and exhaust. So as you're walking down river, you have all this time to think about the way that you're going to play this situation. This goes for anybody that's playing a roaming champ. You have all the time in the world to think about how I'm going to play this situation. And I would be thinking like, I don't know if I really want to go back here for this. Because if I go back here for this and someone shows up, I don't have my flash and I don't have my shit. So normally what you want to do is you just want to kind of wait a second until the wave pushes up before you make a crazy move. But you make the crazy move and Leona misplays, right? So Leona comes in, she walks right into you and just gets chunked. You make the crazy move. Okay, that's nice. Misfortune pushed the wave for you. So you're getting healed up. But you don't have any vision of what's coming, and you're not thinking, man, I just got away with getting a kill with my fucking... without having summoners, right? So you don't walk back out, though. You just kind of linger. And as a result, you get picked off. Me, personally, I'm probably not going for this Leona. I'm probably not. I might just walk like halfway down river and I'll probably go, maybe. And then I'll get to here and I'm like, maybe I'm going, right? You're still assessing. You're still thinking about it. You're still thinking about it. You're still thinking about it. Okay, I'm gonna let this go. That's what I would probably say right here. Because we got no minions. We need these. If we have these, we can go. But we don't have those, so we don't want to go crazy here. We don't have our summoners. We don't have the minions to help us. So as a result, we trade a Leona. Kennen gets a kill, gets to engage on your Kha'Zix. You bait them all into it because you go back there, but you needed to wait for these. It's a decent trade, but it could have been a lot better if we had played it differently. Remember, our summoners are a big part of what we do too. Before we get our items, remember our items that we're trying to get is Viktor. We're trying to get to Rylai's. We're trying to get to Rylai's and our big stick, dude. Big stick and Rylai's. And by big stick, I mean our unique item. Not a large rod. Now we're wave clearing. This is where I like to be as Viktor. I like to just shove. Why back before shoving? You have full mana. Why? It makes no sense. Sure, I don't need this. Fuck it. Sure, I have lane control and I'm level 11. Fuck it. You have lane control. You go right ahead. Come right in. Come right into my turret. When it literally takes me 2 rotations to clear a wave. Fuck it. Yeah, you could go Abyssal here too because they are triple magic damage. I like Rylai's personally on Viktor. You could also go Abyssal. That's a good point in the chat. You could definitely go Abyssal in this game. That's fine too. Next time, don't you ever let Kennen push into you like that. First. That's bullshit. But personally, yeah, I like Rylai's early. Abyssal's essential at some point in this game. But yeah, I like Rylai's early because it's just super fucking effective utility. Looks like Kennen gets picked. Our pathing was silly. There's no need to path like this. We just got our flashback up. The minions are already on the turret, dude. They're already there. You might as well just walk around. They're already there. It's just, they're there. Ugly engaged by the Sona. I don't know what it was. And yeah, you're just kind of floating. You keep running around to try to help your team with like waves here. Clear this fucking wave, dude. Clear it. Get it out. Look, 1 rotation. Clear it. Get waves pushing. Waves pushing creates pressure. Gives you vision. Makes the other team have to react to it. You keep floating around and not pushing waves. I don't know why. Cool. Get Tristana's heal for some reason. And here we go. This is what I like to see. Shoving waves. Alright, you're gonna get engaged on. And Kennen OP, dude. Kennen OP. Very strong champ right now. On you to exhaust him, by the way. If you exhaust him, you might live. Maybe. He flashed. I mean, he blew his load. So, what can you do? Kha'Zix jumps in. Trades a kill. Whatever. I'm more concerned about what we're doing.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Where are we at we are trying to get close to Rylai's. We're not there yet. Singed is there. We have exhaust still. We're backing. Don't know what we're backing for. Did we finish Rylai's? Okay, we did. Okay, cool. That's a good back then. Wow! I was gonna say, that guy has to be dead. How are we getting blown up here? I didn't see this correctly. Tristana's pretty fed. Yeah, Tristana's hugely fed. Okay, you gotta exhaust that guy. I'm sorry. My brain is melting right now. So Tristana got super fed. If you're going to challenge this guy, he's level 12, you're level 12, you got to assess that he's fed. I wasn't paying enough attention to bot lane on this replay. I was wondering how you died. So he jumps in, gets screwed by the field. You need to exhaust him, though. You have to. He's too big right now. You can't solo him yet. You do a pretty good job, but you need to exhaust him there. He's too much of a threat. Too late on it. His damage had already come out by the time you exhausted. You would have had a lot more HP to work with. You probably would have lived. But yeah. Let's see one more fight here.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
This game really, to me... Well, I'll wait until we see another fight first. Because now you're just going to get engaged on. I know how this fucking train ends. I know where this train fucking... I know what station this train arrives at, dude. I'm all aboard, dude. Just gonna get engaged on every which way. By all of them. Fizz, Leona, Kennen. Because you're just not big enough. You're not big as you need to be here. You should have 200 and something farm. You have like 220 farm. And, just in general, I don't know why you're buying a mana crystal. Abyssal's probably a little bit better here. You keep wave clearing, that's good. Throwing out some poke, this is good. The thing that I'm most worried about is wave clear right now at this stage. Kennen, it doesn't look like he really gets anything done there. Ooh! Ult that. Dude, where's your ult? Ult that! Dude, if you're gonna do anything, ult that. What the hell? What happened? Bruh! Oh, it was on? Oh, it was on the ground. Okay. It was on the ground. It was on the ground. I can see it now. It was a clusterfuck. It was a clusterfuck. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. I didn't see it. There's a lot of fucking particles going on there. Yeah, dude. At this point, their comp is just gonna shit on you. So, as a mid laner, I think you get a couple things okay. I think you do a couple things okay, but I think you do a couple things that are bad. First off, your CS is shit, and you gotta practice, okay? Your CS is really bad. I see that you've got a general understanding of, like, push and roam first, which I actually like seeing, but your CS is really, really shitty. The other thing that I'm going to tell you about Viktor is what I told you at the beginning of this, which is we need to make sure that we are hitting our power spikes over doing anything fancy. I don't mind the roams when it's for shit like Cho'Gath, who's really fucking low, and sniping a kill and then getting back into lane and farming. I mind the roams when they're roams that make no sense. So when you're roaming before you even have items going yet, Viktor sucks so hard when he's out of lane. His lane is actually pretty strong, but he sucks early if you try to move around the map. It's just like GP. It's very similar to GP, actually. So you don't really want to be leaving lane too often until you get items. With GP, power spike's a little bit... with GP, his lane phase is weaker. With Viktor, his lane phase is stronger. GP power spikes sooner. Viktor power spikes later. Okay? But Viktor's late game is probably just as good, if not better, than GP's in some ways. Okay? So you need to understand that you need Rylai's. You need to upgrade your fucking Hex Core. And as someone pointed out in the chat, you could also consider Abyssal. But we need to get those items going. We need those items over anything else. Our farm is so low here, and the kills don't even make up for the deficit in farm. And because we left lane so much and moved around, we didn't just get our big lead that we'd like to get at these types of mids. I would like to point out the last game with the Azir gameplay that we did. You know, even though the guy didn't do the most optimal shit in terms of like where he should have gone, he did a great job of consistently getting XP for the most part. For the most part, by kind of floating around mid. But you need to be able to balance that. All right, you need to be able to balance that type of shit better. So it's one thing to sit in mid and to never push an advantage. It's another thing to over roam and to not get our XP advantage that we want. And because we roam and we're trading and dying, remember, it's a reliable, consistent thing to just get the farm in our lane, to push the turret, gimp our mid laner when he roams, and to hit our power spikes. Because I can assure you Viktor's power spike is way bigger than anything else that you're going to be seeing. So whenever we roam and die, or we roam and then let our mid laner come down and get a double kill, well, we're not the carry anymore. We're hoping someone else carries us, and that's not really what I want. That's not what I really coach at low elo anyways. Okay? The only time that I tell people that they should be trying to get carried is when they're like in an off roll. You know, they get like auto-filled and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Then I'm like, okay, pick a meta champ that's really easy to play and just try to get carried. If we go back in time and you try this again, I really want you focusing on the power spike. The main one is the hex core and the Rylai's. That's the main thing I want. Then you can loosen up the aggression. But think of it as like a StarCraft. Sheriff the Resident Sleeper, thanks for subbing. Think of it like a StarCraft, right? If you have a build order, if you have like a Zerg Rush doesn't mean shit. Like Zergling Rush doesn't mean shit if you don't hit the power spikes, if you don't hit the timing windows well. Viktor doesn't mean shit if you don't hit these windows of items well. He doesn't do shit. He just gets dumped on. It's really scary when Viktor knows where his power spike's at, really buckles down and just gets there as fast and as efficiently as possible, and then he loosens up. And I'm using Gangplank as a comparison here because it definitely fits the bill. You notice when you see me play Gangplank, I have a tendency to just kind of passively, versus a lot of lanes, just chill out. And then as soon as I hit Triforce, it's like I'm playing a totally different champion, right? It's not that Gangplank was strong before I got Triforce. He was dog shit. But Triforce is a power spike. It's the same thing with Viktor. It's the same shit. Except, like I said, Viktor has a stronger lane where he doesn't get pushed out as much. Okay? All right, dude. YouTube, Twitch, thank you so much for watching this morning. ECNeSpinGaming.tv, going over some Viktor gameplay. I hope this helps you, my friend. Like, subscribe, all that bullshit. Click some buttons and stuff. Peace, crackers.